Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Cowboys Madden 2002 franchise mode. We are here at the trade screen because we are making a humongous move. The Jets are prepared to part ways with Chad Pennington for 2/3 and a second. Now, most of those picks that we have on the board, as you can see, are from other trades that we made at the start of the season. So we already had a pretty good wealth of draft picks, and so we're going to move on some of them to bring on Chad Pennington, a much-needed improvement at quarterback. I did flash in the depth chart screen. I edited it out, but he is a 71 overall. It's 10 overall point upgrade from Quincy Carter. I got confused. Anthony Wright, who played for us last season. But Quincy Carter is a 10-point upgrade from Quincy Carter at starter. So we're really just trying to patch the holes here and just trying to stop the bleeding, because if we lose any more games, we will probably get fired for sure at the end of the season. And that's definitely not what we want to do, because we need this to continue. So if Chad Pennington can help at least just stabilize the team and get us back to maybe a 6-10 or 7-9 kind of area, maybe even a 5-11, then we can maybe figure something out there. We can maybe deal with that. Maybe we'll live to see a third season, who knows, and we can try and do something actual to fix the quarterback situation in the offseason. But for now, Chad Pennington is a pretty cheap, inexpensive solution to a very serious problem. So we are now heading into our toilet bowl game here in Philadelphia. Both NFC East teams here 0-5 already on the season, and we are looking for our first win in the vet against the Eagles. It is not going to be easy against Andy Reid's squad, despite their poor start to the season. Really improbable, because the Eagles still have a pretty good roster, just have not been winning the games. But they are already starting things off around midfield, and Deuce Staley is getting busy on the outside edge here. He gets some nice blocks, has a lot of space on the outside, and picks up a humongous gain for the Eagles offense early on. So already moving things here. So even though we fixed quarterback, we still need defense to perform as well. So 1st and 10 from our 29-yard line. Donovan McNabb's going to drop back here. Plenty of time to throw. Finds a receiver in a whole mess of players, a whole web of Cowboys and Eagles out there. There were a couple of receivers in the vicinity, and we had a few linebackers in coverage here. But Donovan McNabb able to read through the zone. That's what he does best. So the Eagles now going to try and hand off to Deuce Staley, trying to pick up the rest of what they need to get into the end zone, and he's going absolutely nowhere. So on 2nd and 9 from looks about the Dallas 15-yard line, just about late in this first quarter, they're going to go with another handoff to Deuce Staley, and this time he picks up the blocks he needs and just almost gets into the end zone. I think he was tackled about maybe a yard or so short, so the Eagles are going to have to set up here for goal line formation and try and punch this one in, see if they can. So on 1st and goal in I formation, they're going to bring the tight end in motion. They're going to hand it off to Staley again, and he is shut down. In fact, he loses a few yards. It was a great play by our defense. Linebacker got in there early and was able to stop Staley. So 2nd and goal now from about the 5-yard line. McNabb's going to try and throw for it, and he finds an open receiver, but he has to leave. He has to run out of the end zone to make the catch and cannot get back into the end zone once making the catch. So now it's back on the 1-yard line, but it's 3rd and goal. Can our defense stand tall and keep the Eagles out of the end zone on this opening drive, which has taken the entire first quarter? And the answer is no, as Deuce Staley picks up another good block on the outside and gets into the end zone. So the Eagles finally cap off this very, very long opening drive here in their first quarter. I mean, I haven't seen many teams since we've started this series burn so much time, but yeah, I mean, the Eagles, it was a good drive to pull off. O'Neal got picked up on a block there on the outside by the receiver, probably Mitchell or Thrash. I couldn't see which one, but either way, we are now moving the ball now. Chad Pennington has got us up to about midfield here, about our own 49-yard line. 2nd and 2 here with a minute left to go. Better late than never. Pennington across the middle, or over the top rather, and he misses that one, but the reason he missed it is because the Eagles had a safety in a position where he shouldn't have been, a little more handsy than he should have been. So it's going to be defensive pass interference, a rare defensive pass interference in Madden, and old Madden especially, and that is going to give us a fresh set of downs. You erase that incompletion, so now 1st and 10 from the Philly about 34-yard line. With about a minute left to go into the game, Pennington stands firm in the pocket, unleashes a deep ball, finds Joey Galloway, and somehow does not fall forward into the end zone. Looks like his knees maybe came down about a yard shy of the goal line, and so he makes an amazing catch here. I don't know, man. Review that one. I think he was in, but either way. They're not going to give it to Joey Galloway, but we're going to run the hurry up here. It's kind of a long way to run a hurry up. I don't know if I would necessarily try and do that. Obviously, the timeout situation is what it is, but quickly off of the hurry up, the Eagles defense was completely lost out there, and Chad Pennington finds Gonzalez for his first touchdown as a Cowboy. And so already the offense is making things happen. And so now off the touchdown here on the ensuing kickoff, fielding this from their own end zone, Philly's going to take it out, and they're going to get a couple blocks here, shake off a block, and there's a lot of open space here, and he's not going to get into the end zone, but he is going to get past midfield. So one of the bigger kick returns that we've seen. And of course, James Thrash here for Philly. I mean, he's one of the better receivers in this era of Madden for the Eagles, whenever you play the Eagles or play as the Eagles, and he gets a humongous kick return for Philly's special teams here to start them off, because offense has been sparse in the first half of this game, if you can't tell. So our defense has stood tall and forced a 3rd and 10 here with just 20 seconds or so left to go. Donovan McNabb throws an absolute wobbler as he gets hit on the throw. Looks like he's trying to get Thrash, but he could not quite connect with him. So the first half is going to come to a close. 7-7 is going to be your score. So both of these winless teams really duking it out in the trenches here. And we're going to go with Emmitt Smith. Speaking of trenches, he's going to shake off a block in the backfield, and he's going to get the outside edge. He's going to pick up a ton of yards on a play that seemed pretty much dead to rights for a second there. He shakes off one tackle and evades the other defender, and it was really pretty much just an endurance race along the sideline after that. So humongous pickup for Emmitt Smith. We saw a lot of Emmitt Smith last week against the Saints in New Orleans, and we're already in the second half. We haven't seen a ton from Emmitt Smith, but he has been around. He has been doing things, but not much else is going to happen in the third quarter as the score remains at 7-7. So we're going to pick up here in the fourth quarter, deep in Philly territory, on a 3rd down, and Chad Pennington's going to dot this one up here, and he's going to find an open man, almost kind of like on the inside seam here. I'm not sure which receiver that was. I couldn't quite tell. It looked like it might have been Galloway or Gonzalez. I couldn't really see. And no, it was Michael Wiley, the backup running back, who made the catch out of the backfield here to get Dallas their second touchdown here. Chad Pennington's second touchdown as a Cowboy. And already we can see the offense here changing a little bit here. Or they're maybe not as potent as we kind of really need them to be with the skill positions that we have in place or the talent that we have. But Chad Pennington has been able to move the football here when we absolutely need him to, which is something that Quincy Carter has not been able to do. So 1st and 10 now for the Eagles, now trying to answer back. Donovan McNabb wants the home run ball, and he gets it as he finds Mitchell, and he hauls that one in, and that's O'Neal, the rookie, getting absolutely cooked on that one. And Donovan McNabb lays up an absolute beauty of a 50-yard pass, man, just going straight to the stars looking for that one, and he hauls it in. So good play by the Eagles offense, and that's going to completely flip the field for them and put this Cowboys defense in a pretty tough position as we are trying to now hold the Eagles from potentially tying this game here. We are in the fourth quarter here. We need big things to happen. So 1st and 10 now. Donovan McNabb's going to go with the fake handoff, go to the other side of the field, and he finds Thrash. It looks like Thrash might have gotten his feet down. I couldn't quite tell. I think he might have got his feet down, but he apparently didn't. So 3rd and 10 now is forced for the Eagles. They're going to go to the end zone, and again, it's Thrash, but Thrash cannot hold on to it as he was kind of in a mess of players in the end zone. Couldn't quite find an open lane to catch it. So the Eagles are going to bring out David Akers on 4th and 10. There's still plenty of time left in the game, so they're just going to take their points and try and even things up a little bit. And now 10-14 is going to be your score here with a few minutes left in the game. So we just need to play keep away essentially with the last 3 or 2.5 minutes of the game. And now we've got the clock under 2 minutes, and on a 2nd and 8, we're going to hand it off to Emmitt Smith, and he's going to bust up the middle and get the first down that we are going to need. It's essentially probably going to be victory formation from that point. I don't think the Eagles can stop it. And I think we would have another 3rd down we had to convert, but we would do so. The Eagles were not able to get the ball back, so we essentially just play keep away for the final 3 minutes of the game, and kind of anticlimactic, I guess, of an ending. It's kind of like the Ohio State-Oregon game for a lot of that, because Oregon held onto the ball for the last 4 minutes of that game after Ohio State had scored, and then it was only when Ohio State got the ball back in the last 30 seconds, which didn't happen in this game. The Eagles did not get the ball back, so we played a solid game against the Eagles, did exactly what we had to do in order to win this ball game, which is not something that we've done consistently all year long because we haven't won a ball game. So looking at Chad Pennington's final line in his first game as a Cowboy, only 96 yards, not great, but he did have 2 touchdowns and went 10 for 11, which is something that I don't think Quincy Carter is ever going to do in this uniform. So Good day for Chad Pennington. 60 yards on the ground for Emmitt Smith. Anything crazy, but still nothing terrible here. Joey Galloway getting involved as well. Something that Quincy Carter also couldn't do was get Joey Galloway involved quite a bit. It is one good game. We don't know how consistently we can expect Chad Pennington to play like this for us. Probably not very well because he's still not a very good quarterback himself at this point in the game. But regardless, we have something. So after following the Eagles game, we would pick up another win against the Raiders, who was a one-loss team going into that game, and then we would lose to the Giants in our division. So we're now heading into another Sunday game here on the road against the Redskins in DC here now. With 2 wins on the season, we're now 2-6. We are looking to maybe claw our way back out of our hole here, out of our winless hole, and we made some ground here with Chad Pennington. The team already seems to be maybe going in a bit of a different direction, so hopefully we can save our jobs still with the time that we have left in this game. So I hope to see you guys in DC when we take on the Redskins.